Geria slipped in wide. 111th A-League match for him tonight. Latchman slides away from O'Donovan, and also Hoffman, and then Prusho as well. Armiento bending it across. And again, Newcastle living dangerously at the back as Kieran Bramwell almost got on the end of it. Pretty open start to this one. Nazarene, now top or Stanley. Angus Thurgate. Big news for Newcastle in the midfield is Steve Ugarkovic. He was on the bench on Saturday. He's not there tonight. Jackson. Hoffman, and now Miller around the corner. Hoffman will cut it back, and he hooks it up towards O'Toole. I should say Stamatolopoulos got there with the header. And now Bramwell speeding away, and Stamatolopoulos attempts to tackle him and goes into the book, rightly so.
Rightly so, but hugely questionable decision by Apostolopoulos to Stamatolopoulos. Apostolopoulos, of course, is his first name. But that was just silly. Player was going nowhere, 60 yards from goal, 3 defenders in front of him. Now you're on a yellow card. Stamatolopoulos just losing a little bit of discipline there. Was frustrated, irritated by the breakdown in communication between he and Connor O'Toole. Couldn't control his emotions and now sits on the yellow card.
Fornaroli! And Italiano with a sharp save. Bruno was after another goal here in Kos, and he came close there.
Great save. 2 in 12 minutes now from Italiano. Fornaroli strikes this beautifully. It was swinging away too. Had a great view of that. And thankfully for the Jets, so too did Italiano. The view of it was one thing, but actually getting 2 hands to it and pushing it around the goal was another altogether. Great work by the Jets keeper.
So Otter with the in-swinger. Italiano again into action. Yes, Miller and Tango with Aspro. Bozza, you would have had a good look of that save.
Bird's eye view, fantastic save. Just like Andy said as well, was moving all over the place, took no chances, and then was really strong with that corner as well. I think both teams have started off well in their own type of way, but the bottom line is Italiano's made 2 really good saves, especially the second one.
Just the goal kick. Newcastle at the end of all that. Their keeper at the moment, keeping them level with Perth. Super stuff from Italiano. He's playing his 5th consecutive match after replacing Jack Duncan. It was in that round 13 defeat to Adelaide. He came into the side, and despite a 4-1 loss, he made a string of saves and has kept his place every week since.
That was a wonderful shot about the predicament a goalkeeper has when the player is approaching the ball straight, how it can actually banana, if you like, into the opposite direction than it normally does. That's why Italiano's save was such a good save.
Good to see the ball bananaing in the land of the big banana, Kosava. Hoffman, his first start since round 7. Thurgate, and now Jackson. Top or Stanley. Nazarene links with Thurgate. Jackson just firing it forward, and going to come to nothing for Newcastle. It's their issue at the moment. Creating goals, just 13 this season in 16 matches. The lowest tally in the league. As Timmins' touch, pounced on by Nazarene. O'Toole, Stamatolopoulos given a nudge in the back. So Newcastle's issue, and the reason why they're close to the bottom of the table, is attack. For Perth, it's quite the opposite. Conceded the second most goals in the league, 28 in 14 matches. Nazarene. Gary strong in the air. Only as far as O'Toole. Back towards the mixer, and Jackson just caught beyond the final defender. Stamatolopoulos, his pass in front of Timmins, and now Perth to push forward, but the pass too close to Miller. And Newcastle off down their right-hand edge. O'Donovan tried to continue the run. Now Miller. Still going, Matt Miller. Really important sliding challenge from Timmins to ensure that shot didn't get any further.
Yeah, great stuff from Timmins. Matt Miller, with a little bit of space in front of him, of course, is a very difficult player to handle physically, and he was through in on that goal for a looming shooting opportunity until Timmins just timed his intervention perfectly.
Hoffman. Did well there, Jason Hoffman. Top or Stanley. 335th A-League match for Nikolai. Hoffman's touch falls for Keogh. Thurgate was quick to react though. Bit of turnover and free kick going Perth Glory's way.
Well, he's feeling it now, Timmins, but he certainly put one on for the team here. It's fortuitous that it fell to Miller in the first place, but it's a good drive. He sells the dummy to Kilkenny, and Timmins just did beautiful work defensively there. Just a compliment from Jason Hoffman for his trouble.
Yeah, started 9 straight since his return from the UK, his spell with Shrewsbury, but no goals this year for Matt Miller, who scored 4 last season. Aspro. Top or Stanley and Jackson linking up. Trying to lock down a spot when Nigel Bogart does return from that leg injury. Hockey Jackson. Still going top or Stanley. Nazarene. Stamatolopoulos sitting a little deeper with that forward run from his captain. Miller giving Hoffman a fair bit of work to do, and Otter, Miller's speed got him to the ball first, and he will run it down. Men in the middle for Matt Miller, but he can't beat the man at the near stick in Darryl Latchman. Now Fornaroli evading Thurgate and finding Geria.
And there's a wonderful battle emerging here down Newcastle's right and Perth Glory's left between Miller and Hoffman and Armiento and Otter. really is a battle to see who's going to be the first one to crack and say, look, listen, we'll just wait back here and let the other one come at us. So important. Fornaroli's trying to come across to make that extra number, so it's going to be very, very important.
Here's a great opportunity for Jason Hoffman, who's going to go one-on-one with Liam Reddy. Hoffman gets around the keeper, but it was a really acute angle and he couldn't get the shot on target. But a bright moment there for Newcastle and the returning Jason Hoffman.
Well, this is a great contest. The ball over the top was a really good one from O'Donovan. Superb touch from Hoffman. Look at the chase from the two Perth players and the delay work that Liam Reddy does. So he forces Hoffman wide, doesn't importantly intervene then, give away a penalty, and the two Perth defenders assume the position on the goal line. Even if Hoffman manages to get that on target, there's still the probability that Perth would have seen it away. So it's a good attack from Newcastle, outstanding defending from Perth.
Thurgate. Prusho. Better signs here for the home side in Coffs tonight, Newcastle. Now Thurgate. Thurgate! Not far from home. Angus Thurgate, he grew up in Port Macquarie. That would have been a big goal had he put that one past Liam Reddy.
Well, Reddy would have had a direct test had it not taken the deflection. Here's the Hoffman chance again. Look at this retreat from Otter and Latchman. And Reddy does brilliantly, holds his feet, forces Hoffman wide, and the two Perth defenders on the line have probably seen that one away if it's on target. And Reddy, question whether he would have had it covered at the near post had it not taken the deflection. Corner to defend now for Perth.
Nazarene, good height. Jackson got up. Bramwell away momentarily. Thurgate feeding O'Toole. Nazarene. And he turns it over. Callum Timmins with another top-notch tackle. Fornaroli just slipped over the crucial moment. Jason Hoffman so busy in his return to the starting side. Feeding Miller. Prusho. Thurgate. Here's Nazarene. Still Rami Nazarene. Skillful work. He's yet to score for the Jets. There's Miller bending it in. Kilkenny got the boot up.
Oh, Matt Miller again. Willing endeavour, but I think he's come up empty 3 times now with deliveries into the box. That's not including the very direct run he had that forced the tackle, slide tackle from Timmins. But from the wide position, he's yet to deliver. He's had 3 good opportunities.
Free kick going Perth's way. And Otter. I don't think Armiento was quite ready for that. Took him by surprise, and O'Toole got the jump on him, but couldn't keep it inside.
And Armiento's swapped now with Bramwell, so they've swapped sides.
Reddy finding the only Perth player this season to have played every minute in Darryl Latchman. That's a poor ball by his standards. Jackson looping it to Thurgate. Space again for Matt Miller. And here's Hoffman. Hoffman scooping it up. Stamatolopoulos just ran beyond him. And now Prusho. Prusho's shot blocked by Timmins. Hoffman. Thurgate. And O'Donovan just ran to him a little too quickly. He couldn't adjust and get the strike on goal. Newcastle trying to play on quickly here. Again, chances for them in the final third, but no end product as of yet for the Jets. Hoffman. Miller around the corner, but Otter read it very well. The 11th place Jets up against 10th place Perth Glory tonight in Coffs Harbour. Nazarene. Hoffman looking it back again to Stamatolopoulos. Got up high. Guerrier did enough just to knock him off balance.
Yeah, very difficult to beat Jason Guerrier in that sort of situation, but Newcastle enjoying a lot of good possession in the Perth Glory.
And intercepted by Bramwell. Andy Keogh. His touch straight into the path of Thurgate. Italiano, who was called into action earlier in the match, hasn't had much to do of late. Newcastle with a lot of possession lately, but here is an issue for them. It's just going to be a conversation. Sean Evans to Jason Hoffman, nothing more.
And the studs were showing. He did get to the ball first, but the leg outstretched and the studs showing is always going to attract the attention of the referees. We'll see if Perth adjusts things. Perth can find it within themselves to get the angle, get the available player and play through midfield. I don't see a lot of tackling in the Newcastle midfield three. I think Angus Thurgate's got a lot of work to do in trying to cover up for Perso and Remy Nazarene, neither of whom are renowned midfield grafters, if I can put it that way.
Otter onto the head of Keogh, just beyond the far post.
It's a good-sided goal for Perth, a difficult chance for Andy Keogh. There he is, the Port Macquarie pillow. Hour and a half down the road from here is where he learned his football. The ball in from Otter again. Big difference between the way these two teams have shaped up this season. KSK Otter finds a target in the penalty area more times than he misses. The Newcastle equivalents, Matt Miller and Connor O'Toole, have struggled badly on that register this season.
And Harps, very interesting point you make there about the Jets midfield, the lack of tacklers in there. One man who is a great tackler and a grafter, Ben Kantarovski, still on the sideline. He's had so many injury issues. It's a calf, they're saying at the moment, and a week on the sideline, but it feels like that's the story most weeks. So the season slipping by, and hopefully Ben Kantarovski gets on the field at some point, because we know how good he is. Guerrier. Keogh. Armiento. Well shut down by Prucho. Now Perth with their spell in possession, but it's a poor pass cut out by Hoffman, and now Thurgate. He fires it into the feet of Timmins. Fornaroli and Kilkenny, the two men who have played in Coffs Harbour before, are on the losing side that night for Melbourne City. Otter. Shaping away from Miller, bending it across. Another dangerous ball from Koske Otter, and Bramwell so close to getting on the end of it.
That's brilliant from Otter, really. So dangerous from a difficult delivery point too. I mean, that's the standard.
Yeah, what a cross that was. One of the most difficult things from a technical perspective for a player to do is to cross the ball in that type of position when you're going at some type of pace and the ball's behind you. That's superb technique.
Otter. So just over half an hour gone in Coffs Harbour. Second A-League match brought to the mid-north coast town. Newcastle with that win back in 2017. Of course, there have been pre-season matches played here, but this the second competitive A-League match. Bramwell. And now Armiento. Comfortable for Italiano.
That's a bit lazy from Armiento. Made a big effort to be available for the pass. And having made that effort, got possession and turned to face the attacking area. He just clipped the ball in for Italiano. Needed to be a little bit more fussy there once he'd gone to all that lead-up work.
Miller again. Hoffman. Pops for Jackson.
Armiento swapped again with Bramwell.
O'Toole has the quality. Nazarene, and somehow it's off the crossbar and the post and away. Roy O'Donovan, just one goal in his last 10. It did come against Perth. He'll wonder how he didn't make it 2 in 11.
And what a difference. Roy O'Toole taking a leaf out of Kosuke Otta's book. A delivery into the money part of the field. Must have been questions on Roy O'Donovan's on or offside position there. Certainly would have got a closer review of the goal. The ball gone in the goal.
Fornaroli slipped in. Timmins. He's also finding Armiento. And the 21-year-old Timmins just getting his wires crossed with Kosuke Otta. Carrier tracking back, almost inviting pressure there with that heavy chest down. It's done well though. Bramwell finding Otta, who was stand-in captain against Sydney last week, rolling it up the line for Andy Keogh. Hasn't scored in the A-League since 2019, and now he's won his side a free kick. Andy Keogh.
It looked to me like another break of discipline from the Newcastle Jet in this case. Lockie Jackson. Andy Keogh's in all manner of difficulty there.